Hello friends, doctors. I am Dr. Manoranjan Das. I am an associate professor in postgraduate department of pulmonary medicine, SC Medical College, Cuttack, Odisha. As we all know, we all are suffering from severe pandemic COVID-19. The main problem is the oxygenation problem. So today I want to highlight how to improve the oxygenation, and the method is the proning in COVID-19. My previous colleagues and friends, they told about the management of the COVID-19. I will focus on the proning in COVID-19. So this is not a new concept. Proning ventilation refer to the delivery of mechanical ventilation with the patient lying in the prone position. It may be used in the treatment of acute respiratory distress as a strategy to improve oxygenation, and it was first proposed in 1970 as a method to improve the gaseous oxygen exchange in ARDS patients. During the COVID-19 pandemic, as healthcare systems scrambled to accommodate the surge in patients with all acute respiratory failure, reports emerged of the potential benefit of the proning position with patients of COVID-19 who were hypoxic but not intubated, because most of the facilities or many of the facilities, they don't have the facility to give intubation and to give mechanical ventilation. And this proning significantly improves the oxygenation in hypoxemic patients of COVID-19 patient. Then why in ARDS in supine position, in the setting of severe ARDS, particularly in view of COVID-19, ventilation in the supine position results in gravitational force that may increase pulmonary edema, atelectasis in dependent part of the lungs. Abdominal organs displace the posterior diaphragm superiorly, exacerbating the posterior lung collapse. So there is a defective hypoxipulmonary vasoconstriction that may also contribute to the ventilation perfusion mismatch, and that leads to significant hypoxia in supine position in COVID-19 patient. What is proning position and how does it affect the lung function? Let's know. In proning position, patient faces down into their anterior chest and abdomen. So how it helps? It improved oxygenation through the decreased VQ mismatch and potentially decrease the lung injury. In proning position, expansion of the anterior chest wall is restricted, resulting in more homogeneous chest wall compliance, and gravitational force on lung parenchyma enable greater recruitment of the posterior zone, allowing for a greater proportion of alveoli to participate in the gaseous exchange. So overall there is improvement in the gaseous exchange. Also there is more equal distribution of the stress forces into the lungs by the diaphragm, which may help reduce lung injury both during mechanical ventilation as well as while breathing in spontaneous patient. The position also enhances the inferior movement of the diaphragm, which relieves compression on atelectasis posterior lung zones, increasing the recruitability. So the overall aim and object of proning is to the improvement of the oxygen status in patients with COVID-19. This is the picture highlighting what is happening in the lung mechanics in supine position and what is happening in proning position. You see in supine position, the gravitational pressure of the heart and mediastinum in the lungs. So the expansion of the lung is restricted, whereas proning, the decrease in gravitational pressure of the heart and mediastinum into the lungs. Second, the compression effect of the abdominal organs in the lung is more in supine position, and that is reduced in proning position. Third, expansion of the chest wall and overall less homogeneous chest wall compliance in supine position, but there is more homogeneous chest wall compliance due to restriction of the anterior chest wall movement in proning position. So overall, the lung expansion, the lung recruitability is better in proning position. That's why it is improves the oxygenation status in patients with COVID-19. Early cell proning in awake non-intubated patient. This is the most important topic because in many centers, many hypoxic patient, there is no availability of the intubation facility, no availability of mechanical ventilation, and it also decreases the hospitalization rate. So that is known as, it is awake proning in non-intubated patients in COVID-19. Any COVID-19 patient with respiratory embarrassment severe enough to be admitted to the respiratory hospital may be considered for rotation and early cell proning. Care must be taken to not to disrupt the flow of oxygenation during the patient rotation. This is very much important. A patient receiving oxygen through either nasal or face mask or high mask, if you are doing proning, we should take care there should not be any disruption to the flow of the oxygen during the patient rotation. So this is the position of the pillow. For proning, we need pillow. one pillow below the neck, 1 or 2 pillow below the chest through the upper thigh, and 2 pillows below the shins. So in COVID-19, there is a guideline how to the proning for the self-care patient. So you see typical protocols include 30 minutes to 2 hours in proning position, then followed by 30 to 120 minutes in right lateral, then 30 to 120 minute upright sitting position, then 30 to 120 minutes in lateral decubitus position. I mentioned in the photograph as you are seeing, proning is a medically accepted position to improve breathing comfort and oxygenation. First, we allow the patient to sleep over the belly, that is proning position for 30 minutes to 2 minutes. After 30 minutes to 2 hours, lying on your right lateral side, then 30 minutes to 2 hours sitting up, then 30 minutes to 2 hours lying on left side, then back to your position lying on your belly. For self proning, you will need 4 to 5 pillow, regular alteration in lying position. Best is to spend more than 30, not to more spend 30 minutes in a position. So if it is followed properly, there is significant improvement in oxygen status of the patients of COVID-19. Certain cases we should follow. Avoid proning an hour after meal. So suddenly after 1 hour meal, don't allow the patient to take the proning position. Maintaining proning for only as much as times as easily tolerable. Once patient is discomfort, patient is not tolerating proning, don't force for proning. One may prone for up to 16 hours a day in multiple cycles as well when the patient is still comfortable. Pillows may be adjusted slightly to alter pressure areas and for comfort of the patient. Keep a track of any pressure sore or injuries, especially around the bony prominences. So these are the certain precautions we should follow during proning of the patient. These are the requirements for a proning position in ARDS. Particularly, this is not my topic, but in view of severe COVID pneumonia and ARDS, we also do proning position in severe COVID-19 with ARDS. Here, what happens? We pre-oxygenate the patient with a high FiO2, then secure the endotracheal tube and arterial lines. All lines should be secured. Adequate number of staffs. Without minimum staff or without staff, don't dare to prone the patient in COVID-19 pneumonia with ARDS. Supply of the turn pace, knowledge how to perform the turn as well as how to the supine patient in case of an emergency. This is the proning in ARDS patient in intubated and mechanical ventilation, and this needs significant skilled personals to do. That's why the ABAC proning concept in COVID-19 came. Then this is the COVID-19 pneumonia ARDS. When we prone this patient, these are the criteria. This is when the PF ratio is less than 150, patient requiring more than 60% of FiO2 with a PEEP of 5. When to stop proning? When PF exceeds 150, FiO2 requirement less than 60% and PEEP requirement less than 6. What portion of the day should be patient be in kept position? Maximum time as much as 16 to 8 hours per day. Proning should be avoided in pregnancy. Proning should be avoided in deep vein thrombosis. Proning should be avoided in major cardiac conditions. When there is unstable spine or any fracture of femur or long bone fracture, you should avoid proning. When you are seeing signs of raised intracranial tension, proning should be avoided. Rapid return to supine position. If a patient crashes in between, you should ask the maintain the position to supine position, then you start CPR or defibrillation. So my final take home message is prone to help. It can improve oxygenation, it can improve lives, it can save lives. Thank you.